So, Stephon, you've done about 8 weeks now with Air Care. What are the highlights been for you?
Definitely just learning what I've learned. I've learned a fair amount of refrigeration and AC, but there's still a lot more to learn. That's what I'm looking forward to. We've done a whole bunch of stuff from Colorado and Bermuda. We've been all over the place. That's just definitely the highlights.
And was it a good experience, not just from the point of view of learning new skills, but also giving you a taste of what it actually like to earn a living?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I'm used to hearing my parents come home and say, "Oh, work was so hard, so much work," and now I actually understand what they're talking about.
And what about your fellow students? You're going back to school, in a few days' time, a week or so's time, I guess. What are you going to tell them when you get back?
Stay young.
What are you going to tell them about this job?
Yeah, it's definitely a great experience. I definitely encourage you to get out in the working world.
So you'd recommend following your own footsteps?
If up for the challenge.
Definitely a challenge, okay. And Chris, that kind of leads on nicely with you. Stephon said he'd recommend it to your students. What do you see as a long-term opportunity coming out of this pilot summer student program for Impact?
Well, this is kind of birthing of our just trades program as far as the substantial growth of giving kids a platform, a true platform, to see why it's important to focus on the trades and pay attention, because yes, you're going to learn something, which is the basics in education, but the real opportunity comes with this. You're getting a paid summer job, you're getting hands-on experience, and you get to meet the people who does the development and the hiring and the firing and the ins and the outs. And so when we come back to the classroom, it gives us a real incentive, and it gives the kids something really to aspire to that's actually tangible. They don't have to wait until they're in their 20s, but in a couple months' time, they can have an opportunity to actually get right to it, And so for us, when we're working with all boys, it's important, yes, you tell everybody the long-term goal, but it's also nice to have that short-term opportunity to say, look, in a couple months, I'm going to ask me for referrals, or I'm going to ask to send a couple boys to a place like Air Care, and you guys, if you do what you have to do, it could be a great opportunity for you.
I understand that you've had a few calls from parents after they've seen these videos and stories about Stephon on Burr News. What's that been about?
Well, just there was like, how can my son get involved? It's basically the nutshell of it, and it's a good issue. It's a good challenge for us, and that's kind of what we wanted, right? Is this PR story about Stephon? He's a great guy, and I was hoping for this, because what it does when we break up trades, everybody's ears kind of perk up, not just from the student side, but from the parent side as well.
Thank you. And Brendan, last definitely not least, this is a pilot program for you. How's it worked out from your perspective for Air Care?
I think it's worked out great for Air Care. I mean, it's been good for Stephon. It's good to give him a bit of experience in the industry. Hopefully he'll tell all his friends pretty much the same. He's enjoyed himself, and it's a worthwhile career and a worthwhile trade to be in. We're very, very short of Bermudians at the moment in the industry. We have quite a few work permits on our books, as do all our other companies around the country, so it would be good to get more Bermudians involved in the industry. Is
that what you're trying to encourage through this scheme? You've mentioned before in Burr News stories that there's been a shortage of Bermudians in industries such as this.
Yes, absolutely. There's very, very short on Bermudians. I mean, it's a worldwide problem as well, but as a country, there are not anywhere near as many Bermudians as we need for this industry. It's very important when there's very few people now without air conditioning on the island, so it's a very important career for people to take.
And finally, do you see this partnership with Impact growing?
I think there's potential certainly for it to grow between us and Impact. I would also challenge any other companies around the island to do the same.